Government has projected a revenue inflow of $16 billion from exports of 6 tree crops by the end of 2028. The drive is part of efforts to diversify the agriculture economy, which has mainly been cocoa-driven over the years. The Sector Minister, Dr. Owusu Efiri-Akoto, spoke with Love FM ahead of the launch of the Tree Crop Development Authority in Kumasi as part of the President's tour to the region. Our correspondent, Nanaya Ojima, has more.
The revenue could be doubled through Ghana's drive to industrialize through the One District, One Factory policy towards the Ghana Beyond Aid vision. Seedlings of cashew, oil palm, shea, coconut, mango and rubber, which are targeted under the drive, have already been distributed to farmers through metropolitan, municipal and district chief executives in the targeted areas to farmers. Minister for Food and Agriculture Owusu Efiri-Akoto explains the drive, when fully rolled out, will be the nation's biggest foreign exchange earner. He explains that the trees being developed were strategically chosen to benefit all 16 regions of the country. He spoke to Love FM's Nanaya Ojima ahead of the launch of the Tree Crop Development Authority in Kumasi as part of the President's tour to the region.
The target for this authority is that by 2028, they should be able to produce enough commodities for export to earn for this country $2 billion for each of these 6 crops. 7 crops, actually, if you include coffee. Okay, so we are, instead of just relying on cocoa, which is giving us $2.5 billion a year, each of these are targeted to also give us equally $2 billion minimum each. And of course, that is assuming that we are exporting the raw material. But with Ghana Beyond Aid, we expect that a substantial part of these products will be processed before export, adding value, generating more jobs and so on. So the assignment for the authority is to be able to generate for this country in the next 7-8 years, something like 16 and $30 billion a year. There's no economic activity, whether it's gas, oil and gas, or it's mining and so on, which can equal this kind of. So it's a transformational authority that we are talking about. And already we are not people who believe in just building pies in the sky. Already farmers are busily mopping up the seedlings and they are enthusiastically planting them.
The authority, which will be private sector-led, is expected to regulate the ailing sector, dealing with all issues that border the sector, including pricing.
So already it's something that we are doing, but now we have an authority to take over and regulate, license the traders, establish minimum prices for each of these crops, like we do it for cocoa, provide funding for research so that these research institutions can increase their capacities to be able to give more seedlings and so on. The authority is made up of a 29-member board, 4 from each of these value chains for each of the crops: farmers, traders, processors, exporters. They have themselves selected who should represent them on the board. So it's a private sector driven board. There are only 3 government officials on that board. That's a representative from my Ministry of Food and Agriculture, from the Ministry of Trade and Industry, from the Ministry of Finance. That's all. The rest is to be done by the private sector themselves. We have headhunted top-class, world-class management. The CEO and his 2 deputies, one in charge of finance and administration, a banker of great experience in this country.
Mr. Efiri-Akoto, who is excited at the enthusiasm shown by the farmers so far, is optimistic the quality of persons to lead the drive will ensure targets are achieved.